extra chair here if anybody needs.
Come on over, something, make yourself comfortable, Dennis, to save you a seat
Yeah,
here.
we have extra.
Sit by you guys.
Yeah, sit here.
There you
Come back
go.
next month and sit there too. So I'd like to call to order the October 21st, 2021 Mount Carmel Area School District Board of Directors meeting. Can we please rise for the pledge of allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence, please. Thank you. Roll call, please. Mrs. Latour.
Mr. Brecker,
Here.
Mr. Britt,
Here.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Here.
Mrs. James. Absent. Mrs. Latour is here. Mr. Malatesta.
Here.
Mr. Muldowney. Absent. Mr. Zach.
Here.
Mr. Zanella.
Starting with announcements, I believe Mr. Cheddar has a PowerPoint he'd like to share with us tonight.
Yep, thank you, Mr. Brecker. Again, we'll start with, again, our monthly COVID update. Little rough last couple of weeks. Our school district and our learning community have been doing great. Again, very thankful for the cooperation of our learning community, our parents and our guardians. MCA will now be the point of contact for all contact tracing and case investigation. We usually would rely on the Department of Health for this, but I think the Department of Health is getting very overwhelmed with the amount of schools that came back to in person. Obviously, Mount Carmel area lived through this last year. So as of now, the Department of Health is passing that back on to MCA to handle that. So why I'm saying this, if there's any family, student out there that needs anything, again, we have a great nursing staff, both Mrs. Kelly Ryan and Mrs. Leanne Ryan have been doing an awesome job. Our administrators have been doing an awesome job. But again, we will handle that point of contact. We will be the point of contact for all contact tracing and case investigations. A reminder for our community as we enter flu and cold season, please stay home if you're sick or exhibiting COVID symptoms, or if a household member has tested positive, or if a household member is being tested, or if a household member is exhibiting any unexplained symptoms. So again, our district, if you compare us looking to other, again, we don't want to wish any of this on anyone. Our district and our community has been through our fair share of COVID, there's no doubt, but our school is doing really well right now. Again, the last couple of days and weeks have been a rough stretch for us, but as we're entering into flu and cold season, what you guys see highlighted in yellow there, that's very important. So again, please, if you have to debate whether or not your child is sick or if it's allergies or you're not sure if it's allergies, please just stay home. Again, our teachers have been doing a great job updating Google Classrooms. Students can follow along with those assignments there. So again, better to be safe than sorry. A reminder to our community, we have a back to school COVID guidance on our main website. So that is a one-place shop to get a lot of questions, answers related to COVID. And again, as always, we will communicate to any family who may be a close contact of a positive staff member or positive student. We are still keeping our daily tracker updated up to the minute. That's found on our main website. And again, I'd like to thank our learning community. I know what's going on locally in some districts. I think our community supports, in fact, I know the community supports our school board, our administration. They trust us. We're all in this together. We are not seeing the types of things that are going on in other communities, and there's no doubt in my mind. I appreciate that. I know our learning community trusts that we have the best interest of your students and your children at heart. So again, thank you to our learning community, and we all have to believe that this is almost over soon. I'd like to announce that our district was awarded $168,290 with the Emergency Connectivity Fund. Congress authorized the ECF program as part of the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 that provides help to communities to assist with COVID-related items such as the ECF fund. So I'd like to thank Mr. Gary Tresker. He took the lead with this, and I appreciate that. That money is going to be used to purchase Chromebooks, and I believe we're well on our way to working towards being a one-to-one pre-K to 12, or at least K to 12, excuse me. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Miss Susan Nestico, Mrs. Lisa Verano, Miss Karina Lesko for their hard work on district level grants and awards. So again, we're very thankful for the ECF fund, and again, thank you to the administrators that you guys see there on the screen. Just so everyone's aware, again, I know everyone sees this on the news and it's definitely hitting home here as well. Menu options here at Mount Carmel area may change on a very short notice due to some production issues that are beyond our control. And again, you could turn on the news or read a newspaper, and I know all of us have been facing this, and it's unfortunately it's going to affect us here as well. Our food service staff and kitchen staff have been doing an awesome job. If anyone has any questions, please reach out to Food Service Director Mary Hinkle at the email address that you see there with any questions. But again, just please be understanding that some things are beyond our control with supply issues. Briefly, I believe about a week ago, I emailed our community about a survey. YMCA is looking to bring some programs to Northumberland County. There's a quick survey that takes under 5 minutes. Again, this was emailed to parents and guardians about a week ago. This PowerPoint will be on our main website if you want to scan for that survey link there, or check out our social media sites, our Twitter and our Facebook. If you wouldn't mind, please complete that quick 5-minute survey. And finally, virtual and in-person after-school tutoring is going to begin for us next week, starting November 1st. We are going to, this is the high school schedule. We're going to offer live on-demand tutoring in grades 7 to 12. Any student, again, you don't necessarily have to have those teachers that you see there on the screen, but they're going to be our tutoring teachers. If you have a question, for example, a science question or a homework or a quiz coming up, and you need some help, you could log on and see Mr. Swank at the day and time that you guys see there on the screen. And also we'll be offering tutoring times, in-person tutoring times with the staff that you see there, as well as Mrs. Danilovich as well. The elementary is going to announce their program. Their program is going to be a little bit different. Miss Nestico and Mrs. Stepanowski will have some more information on that in the coming days. Their program is going to start next week as well. At this time, that's all I have, Mr. Brecker.
Thank you, Mr. Chatter. Are we aware of any other announcements? None being heard, we'll move on to the next item on our agenda, which is the recognition of Student Merit Award winners. And this is for the months of September, and I believe Mr. Mazzates is going to be reading the elementary award winner.
Thank you. Drew Latini is the Mount Carmel Area Board of Education Merit Award winner for September of 2021, nominated by Ms. Anna Dishy. She says it is a great pleasure to nominate 4th grade student Drew Latini for the Merit Award. His name immediately comes to mind as someone who should earn this honor. Drew is someone who stands out in a crowd of his peers. He is an excellent role model, and he is well-mannered and respectful to each and every person he interacts with. Drew also excels in the classroom. He gives the utmost effort in each class, is attentive, and actively participates in class discussions. Drew's brightest trait is his personality. He is truly kind and has a big heart. He makes others smile with his witty words, and his caring disposition makes him a joy to be around. Outside of school, Drew is a member of the Colton Cougars football team. He enjoys camping with his family and friends, riding his four-wheeler, and drawing. He also attends LCBC Church in Colt Township. Drew is the son of Veronica and Dennis Lantini Jr. He resides in Colton with his parents, brother Dominic Lantini, and sisters Cassandra and Cherry Vellner. Drew is well deserving of this honor, and it is a delight to commend him in this way. So, Drew, congratulations.
I'd just like to thank my teachers and the school board for giving me this award.
Nice job, Drew. Well said. And on the high school level, Mrs. Latour.
The Mount Carmel Area Board of Education Merit Award winner of the month for September is Alana Chapman. She was nominated for the Merit Award by her tech education teacher, Mr. Forspring. Mr. Forspring notes, Alana is such a good student in person. She always strives to do the best she can and truly cares about doing well in school and in life. I first met Alana in my after-school STEAMS program, where she really showed an appreciation for working in a hands-on environment. Since STEAMS, I've had her in 9th grade tech ed and now tech ed elective classes. She clearly demonstrates being a hard worker and the ability to work well with others. While not in school, Alana puts over 20 hours a week working at Boyers. She always has a smile on her face. I feel Alana is an excellent candidate for the MCA Merit Award. Alana is a member of the Senior High Chorus, Art Club, the STEAMS Woodshop program, and was a member of Student Council for 3 years. She is a previous Junior High Pride Award winner, Distinguished Honor Roll student, and a member of the National Honor Society. Alana is a member of the Lord's softball team and is employed at Boyer's Food Market. She spends her free time with her family and friends, painting and playing softball. Her future plans are to attend Bloomsburg University and become a veterinarian. Alana Chapman is the granddaughter of Monica and James Lesko of Mount Carmel. Congratulations on behalf of the board. Copy, okay. Yes, tripping hazard. Is there anything you would like to say, hon?
I would say thank you, Mr. Spring. And then the school board. Thank you guys so much.
You're most welcome.
You're welcome. Nice job. You folks are more than welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, but if you have other things on your agenda tonight, that's okay too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
You too. So next on the agenda is approval of minutes. A motion is needed to approve the minutes of the September 16, 2021 regular board meeting.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Malatesta and second by Mr. Zach. Voice vote, correct?
Yes, thank you.
Motion?
Oh, hi.
I'm sorry, I'm new with this.
Aye,
Okay, we're good. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
I thought
Well,
that's
when
what
you're
I thought that's
filling
what you were looking
I apologize.
for. You're doing a great job.
Oh, yes.
On the agenda next is a PTA representative report. Does anybody have a report tonight?
No one is here, but Mrs. Kuzmarchik, the president, asked me to announce that the next PTA meeting will be Tuesday, October 26th at 6:30 in the elementary library.
Okay, thank you. Are there any guests desiring to speak to any of the listed agenda items? If so, please state your name and address.
There are none at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Tresker. Next on the agenda, administrative reports, Mr. Cheddar.
Mr. Brecker, I'm going to get right into the senior high and junior high principals report. Mr. Dyer and Mrs. Rano could not make it today. Just a reminder to our community that the last day of the first market period will be this coming Tuesday, October 26th. So a reminder to our students, if you have any final questions with your first market period grades, making sure you're checking in with your teachers tomorrow and Monday. Report cards will then be distributed on Friday, November 5th. Also, congratulations to our Scholastic scrimmage team who defeated Useville today 140-100. Their next matchup is tomorrow versus Mifflinburg. Our advisors, Mr. Aaron Demansky and Mr. Chris Cunningham, are doing a great job. And I'd like to briefly highlight our team members: Alexis O'Donnell, Jack Robert, Nick Nestico, Matt Kelly, Lexi Kane, Leah Shidleski, Laith Kanafani, Morgan Coletta, Garrett McGee, Katie Wachowski, and Rachel Wachowski. Great job to our Scholastic scrimmage team. And that is all I have at this time, Mr. Brecker.
Thanks, Mr. Cheddar. Elementary school report, please.
Hi, Mr. Brucker. Mrs. Stepanowski. The end of the first marking period is Tuesday, October 6th, and report cards will be distributed Friday, November 5th. On Thursday, October 28th, as long as weather permits, we will be having a Halloween parade at 9:30, and parents and guardians may attend. School pictures in the elementary school are November 16th, kindergarten and 6th grade, the 17th for 1st grade and 5th grade, November 18th for 2nd and 4th, and November 19th for pre-K and 3rd grade. We just started on Monday, October 4th, our second round of the Families and Schools Together, our FAST program. It's an 8-week program where families, school partners, parent partner, and community partners get together and participate in family activities, kids activities, and a parent group. And one more announcement, we are going to be doing a virtual Veterans Day program. Mrs. Katie Francis and Mrs. Miranda Moyer are going to be putting that together. And tomorrow we'll be coming home a form where if any veteran or active duty service member in a family wants to contribute, they can fill out the form and send it back. And they can also either send a photo of themselves in uniform past or present, and we'll put that in our video that we're going to be putting on our Google Classrooms and our Facebook page. That's all for tonight.
Thank you, Mrs. Stefanowski. Special Education Director's Report, Mrs. Edmondson.
Hello, good evening. I only have two things to report. This month, we started our the kickoff for our Autism Initiative program. So we have consultants that come from Patton. They started yesterday and will conclude today, and will conclude tomorrow, visiting our classrooms and doing the consultations with our students. And then also we had some of our students in life skills and autistic support go to the Bloomsburg Fair for a community trip. So they had a good time and got to learn about different things in the fair.
Thank you. Maintenance report, Mr. Fegley.
I have his report.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr.
Scavenge.
Mr. Fegley asked following information be passed on. Phase 1 of the renovation project is winding down. However, there are still a few items to be completed. The new dust collector has been installed for the industrial arts room. The lighting projection system on the roof should be completed by next week. Controls and wiring are still ongoing for the new HVAC system. Air and water balancing is also ongoing in the HVAC system. The contractors are working on a punch list items, and McClure is finalizing the close-out documents. We'll be scheduling a company to come in to service the boilers and water heaters, as well as the gymnasium backstops. We will also be scheduling a company to come in and make repairs to the steamer in the high school kitchen. Finally, we are still in need of full-time night shift custodian. We also have an anticipated full-time opening for a day shift custodial cleaning position. These positions include benefits. So if you do know anyone who is interested, please have them reach out to our district administration office to fill out the necessary documents. That's all for maintenance.
Thanks, Mr. Scavenge. And Athletic Director's report.
I will just keep right on talking. Athletically, I just will mention that last week we had some fabulous things happen in our sports program. Mia Chapman scored her 100th goal in her career, and that happened at home here in the soccer field. And she is now moving towards being the all-time career goal maker at Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel won today against Sullivan County 5-1. Those 5 goals were scored by Mia. She's within 2 of the all-time mark. We hope that she may get that this Saturday, and if she doesn't, hopefully the girls have qualified for the playoffs. They are in 2nd place in District 4 Single A. That's the highest ranking we've been in a number of years. So we compliment Coach Lloyd Walter and all the girls in the program for what they have done. Also, football team is currently in 2nd place in District 4. That's going to come down to the wire between us and Troy. So we're hoping to just win our next 2 games and win out and see what happens, and get at least 2 home games for the playoffs. I will also mention Chris Kobarczyk, Caleb Gessner, and Jackson Gessimer will be competing in our cross-country districts next week. And, you know, we don't often get to mention these young men and women, but I just talking to Mr. Cabrera down at Lord's last week as their winter sports come to an end. You know, our kids compete in golf, girls volleyball, and boys soccer down there, and we have a number of young men and women competing in their programs. And he just wanted to mention with golf, soccer, and volleyball, it's probably one of 3 of the best seasons they've had in a long time down there. And a lot of it has to do with our kids. And I just want to mention the athletes that are competing down at Lord's from Mount Carmel area in their programs: Dylan Haggerty, Mara Higgins, Muhammad Kanafani, Gavin Lasco, Damien Maluski, Devin O'Hearn, Ella O'Neill, Katie Peters, Andrew Washaleski, Robert Watkins, Kira Wesolowski, and Ashley Wills. So hats out for them for all the good they do in participating in sports with our co-op program. And finally, Last but not least, I just need to mention that this week I did receive a letter from the PIAA, and when I get letters from the PIAA, I usually get a little squeamish, but as I opened this one up, it was very, very happy news. I was informed as a Director of Athletics for Mount Carmel area that I had great pride and honor in being told that I was notified by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association that Mrs. Lisa Verano had been selected as the girls' basketball coach of the year for the 2021 season. That is a tremendous accomplishment. That's all classifications, all girls coaches in Pennsylvania. As the governing board of scholastic athletics in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the PIAA selected Coach Verano based on her coaching impact and the success of the Red Tornadoes girls basketball program during its first state championship run last year. Again, we compliment Coach Verano, the program, all the great players that have come through the program, and we wish her the best and the program the best in the future. And I just want to say, the state now recognize what the MCA school district and community has known for a long time, that Coach Verano is number one. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Scavich. Next on the agenda is athletic items, and a motion is needed to approve athletic items 1 through 4 as listed.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Mazetes, second by Mr. Zach. This is a voice vote, a roll call
Roll
vote.
call,
Mr.
please,
Brecker?
Mrs. Latour. Yep.
Yes. Mr. Brecker?
Yes.
Mr. Britt? Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez? Absent. Mrs. James is absent. Mrs. Latour votes yes. Mr. Mazetes?
Yes.
Mr. Muldowney? Absent. Mr. Zach?
Yes.
And Mr. Zanella absent. Motion passes.
Financial items next on the agenda. A motion is needed to approve financial items 1 through 4.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mazetes, second by Mr. Zach. This is a roll call vote. Mr. Brecker?
Yes.
Mr. Britt?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalo is absent. Mr. and Mrs. James is absent. Mrs. Latour votes yes. Mr. Mazetes?
Yes.
Mr. Muldowney is absent. Mr. Zach?
Yes.
And Mr. Zanella is absent. Motion passes.
Sherry, I'm sorry, I'm here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were absent. When I didn't hear,
I voted yes on both
Okay.
items.
thank you. I'll adjust it.
Next on the agenda is committee reports. Does anybody have an update on the Mount Carmel Area Education Foundation?
Mr. Brecker, the foundation will be meeting after our meeting tonight here at the high school. Just a reminder that our tornado brick project, our latest order, I just got notice, was completed today. So we should be picking those up in the next 24, 48 hours. Our goal is to get those bricks placed by the first playoff game. So we'll get more information out to our community on that. And that is all I have at this time.
Thank you. Under new business, a motion is needed to approve new business items 1 through 14 as listed.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call vote. Mr. Brecker?
Yes.
Mr. Britt?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalo?
Yes,
Mrs. James is absent. Mrs. Latour votes yes. Mr. Mazetes?
Yes.
Mr. Muldowney is absent. Mr. Zach?
Yes.
And Mr. Zanella is absent. Motion passes.
Next is personnel items, and a motion is needed to approve personnel items 1 through 9 as listed.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Zach, second by Mr. Mazetes. Roll call. Mr. Brecker?
Yes.
Mr. Britt?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalo?
yes,
Mrs. James is absent. Mrs. Latour votes yes. Mr. Mazetes?
Yes.
Mr. Muldowney is absent. Mr. Zach?
Yes.
And Mr. Zanella is absent. Motion passes.
At this point, is there any public comments and questions?
There are none at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Tresker. And at this point, I'd like to entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Mazetes, second by Mr. Zach, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, everyone. And the next regular meeting is November 18th, 2021, and then a reorganization meeting is scheduled for December 1st, 2021. Thank you and have a nice evening.
All right, good night, everyone.